had a lot of depression before coming to the group. It was really crippling. There'd be some days where I would just lay in bed and cry my eyes out and hope that the next day would just be better, because it couldn't get any worse than that. And going to the group every single week, I realized that a lot of the depression was caused by overthinking things or making my condition out to be horribly worse than it really was at the moment. I wasn't looking at things realistically, and that caused a lot of my depressive moments. And yeah, just sticking with the therapy, learning not to overthink it, and just learning how to cope with some of the depression when it does come helped me to get over the worst of it in one group. I would honestly say that the first group more or less got rid of a lot of my depressive moments, and the subsequent groups only reinforced that. And now I can honestly say I haven't had a depressive moment in at least 2 or 3 months. It's been a great experience in that regard, because I no longer feel awful every day. The first experience I really realized that the therapy was working for me was when I went to the mall. I've always had a huge amount of anxiety about going to the mall, even when I was with my parents. But with the therapy, I really noticed that when I stepped into the mall that, sure, things were still a bit anxiety causing, but it was immediately reduced. It wasn't anywhere near as high as it had been in the past. It was easier for me to walk into stores that were anxiety causing, stores like Spencer's or Hot Topic, stores that would cause me anxiety in the past. And now it was like I could go anywhere in the mall and feel like I belonged there. Feel like the anxiety wasn't going to keep me from shopping or keep me from being out in the world. And I can honestly say I want to thank the therapy and the group outings for that. I really realized it in the classroom when I was around people in my own age group, because I was having small talk in the classrooms, I was interacting with the teacher, I was directly talking to the teacher, I was doing all the things I wanted to be doing when I was in college a year ago, and I was doing it now. That's a big sign of progress for me, is just being able to talk to people and being able to be social with them. And not only that, some of the small talk in the classrooms has evolved into actual relationships with other students in the classroom. And I've been hanging out with them out of the classroom, and yeah, it's just been an amazing experience overall. I think a lot of the success that I've had from the Institute has come from both the group and the therapy combined. You can't have one without the other in order to make progress. The therapy is good because it helps reinforce a lot of the positive traits you want to develop when you're out with people. But without the social experience, those positive traits aren't really being put to good use, and they won't develop into good connections. And same with just hanging out with people. If you just do that, you could be flooding yourself and not getting any better. With the therapy involved, you know you're taking it step by step, very, very gradually, so that you know you're making a solid commitment to getting better. If someone asked me whether or not going to the Social Anxiety Institute of Phoenix was a good idea or not, I think it's the best idea you could possibly consider. And if you actually go through with it and take the first step to go into the therapy group every single week, then I think you're making the greatest decision you possibly can to get over social anxiety. It's been a huge benefit for me.